There are several ways that I can assess children in the classroom. First of all, in class discussions, I hear what students are thinking, but only if I ask them to explain their reasoning. So it's important to me that I have whole class discussions where children are asked to explain their reasoning, and then I learn about what they're thinking about.
What can you tell me about the chart? What are you noticing?
Most of the even numbers are more possible.
Give me an example. What do you mean by that?
Like 2 and 4 and 6 look like they've got a lot.
Not all children are comfortable talking in all sessions, so it's not enough for me just to have whole class discussions. I rely heavily on children writing about their thoughts, even after a whole class discussion, where some children have had the chance to verbalize their thoughts and others have just been able to listen. Then if students get a chance to put down their own thoughts in writing, it reveals to me what their thinking processes are.
I count it by 2s and 10s. Yeah, 4 right there. 8.
Also, when children are working in small groups, just by observing, not interrupting, not even interacting, but listening to the children, I learn a great deal about what different children understand.
So you put the 10 in. Are you done? Okay. And you can get a dime. Okay?
And finally, I wish I had time as a classroom teacher to be able to sit and talk with each child individually. I know that's not possible in the regular classroom setting. But even when I do interviews, individual interviews with a few children, the very process of questioning those children strengthens my ability to talk with children in a whole class setting when many things are going on. In this tape, you will see 5 individual assessments with students from a combination class of 2nd and 3rd graders. The assessments focus on their understanding of number. The range of knowledge shown by the children represents the typical span in any class.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those
Do
are
I-
the ones left over.
Do I draw a circle around those?
No. Look, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 10s, and you like put a 4 right there, and you put 4, and then you have 9 stars left over, and then you put 9 right there. 49.
Okay, so does everyone...
Children's understanding is often fragile. What they know in one setting doesn't always transfer to another. Put the tiles so that you have groups of 10. And would you count out loud so I can hear what you're doing?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And don't worry about them falling over. I just
6,
need a pile there.
7, 8, 9, 10.
You have enough to make another pile of 10? Let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So how many groups of 10 do you have?
2,
And how many extra tiles do you have?
4.
Do you know how many tiles you have altogether? How would you find out?
Count.
And how would you count them?
Like 1, 2, 3.
Well, let me see you do that. Let's figure this out.
1, 2, 3.
After grouping the tiles into 10s, Sina wasn't able to use this information to determine the number of tiles. She needed to count, and chose to do so one by one.
20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
What a careful counter. Do you know how to write the number 24? Would you do that for me with this pen on the paper?
In the middle?
Yeah. Make them big. That's great. Now, suppose I said that I didn't want 24 tiles anymore. I wanted only 16 tiles. Could you take some tiles away so you're only left with 16? How would you solve that problem?
By counting 6 back.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Can you put those out of the way? And how many do you think are left now?
11.
You want to count and check?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
So you've got 18. Let's leave all these 18 a pile. And you wrote the number 24 so well. Do you know how to write 18?
Mm-hmm.
I settled for 18 tiles rather than the 16 I had asked for. Either number would allow me to further assess Sina's understanding. I agree, that's how you write 18. Sina, can you tell me can you show me with the tiles what 8 means?
8.
You put them right up here next to the 8. I'm interested in Sina's interpretation of the digits in the numeral. Children often write numerals correctly, yet have no concept of place value. So I just want to see just the 8. Count them again out loud.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
8. So this is just 8 tiles. When you wrote the number 18, you wrote a 1 and an 8. Can you show me what the 1 means? And when you counted 18, there were all these tiles together. So if this is the 8 and this is the 1, where do those fit?
Over there.
Good, over there. Okay. So now we have, how many tiles do you think we have here?
9.
Oh, 9. So if you put 8 here and 1 here, you don't have any 18 anymore. You just have 9. You just have 9. Suppose I asked you to put 4 more tiles there. You had 9, and now you have 4 more. Do you know how many you have altogether? Can you figure that out in your head?
If we have 9, then we plus 4 more, then we have
How are you trying to figure that out?
maybe
And what are you doing in your brain?
counting.
Yeah, can I do it out loud so I can hear?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13. And if I said to you like I did when we first started, can you make a pile of 10? Do you have enough there to make a group of 10? Don't know. How would you find out? Do you think you do or do you think you don't?
Do.
You do. Do you think you'll have any extras?
Mm,
You know how many extras you'd have? How many do we have here altogether?
13.
13. So if you took 10 away and made a group of 10, how many extras do you think you'd have?
Mm. 1.
Want to try it and see?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And how many extras did you have?
3.
3. Can you write the number 13? So I look at the number, I see a clue there that tells me you'd have 3 extras. Do you see a clue there that would tell you you have 3 extras? What's the clue that you see? And what do you think that 1 means? That's the 3 extras. What do you think the 1 means? Partial understanding is natural to the learning process. Sina needs a great deal more experience to connect what she does understand to the symbols.
Wow, I have a tired arm from drawing all those stars.
Counting large numbers of objects helps children learn about our place value system. Jonathan responds confidently when Carol asks how to count the stars.
What shall we do?
Count by tens.
Okay, and how will we do that?
Just circle 10 and then say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60.
Jonathan, I'm going to ask you some questions that are going to help me understand what you know about math. So what I'd like you to do first is take this cup of tiles and just spread them out on the table in front of you. And then I'd like you to do is arrange them so they're into groups of 10. And I'd like you to count out loud so I can hear what's going on in your head.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You don't have to worry about them. You don't have to worry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's great. And you have enough to make another group of 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And so you have 2 groups of 10. How many extra tiles do you have?
4.
4. Do you know how many tiles there are altogether?
I'll count them.
What were you starting to do there, though?
Here.
You can do it out loud so I can hear.
10, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24.
24. Can you write that number 24 kind of big on the paper for me?
20?
24. So you wrote the 4 first, but you knew the 2 were there. Let me say, you have 24 tiles here. Suppose I said to you, I only want you to have 16. How many tiles, how could you solve the problem of taking some tiles away so you only have 16 left? And I want the extra ones put back in the cup. How are you going to do this? So I just want 16 tiles out here.
16 tiles?
Mm-hmm. Great. Can you write that under the 24 just as big as you wrote the 24?
16?
16.
1, 6, 4, 6.
Well, 16, what do you think? What's going on in your head? Tell me, because I need to... What'd you write? 16, yeah, that's right. And you wrote a 1 and a 6. Can you show me with the tiles what the 6 means when you write the 6 in a number like this? You can use those tiles, because there are your 16 tiles that we have all together. And this is the number for 16. So what is the 6? Show me with the tiles what the 6 means.
6 means...
You use these tiles here.
Okay. Okay, what do you mean?
Well, I'm interested as to how do you know to write a 1 and a 6 to mean 16. So I thought maybe you'd start by telling me what does the 6 mean, and what does the 1 mean, and how to come together that means 16.
Well, sometimes in my reason, in like the star thingy, my reason is you put it in tens, and then you count tens, and then there's some left over. So, like the right side of the thing means the ones that are left over, and the other side means how many tens.
Let's try it and see. So how many left over there?
Left over here.
No, left over in the number on the right side. If you put this into tens, and do you have any leftovers with the 16?
Probably.
What do you think? How many leftovers do you think you'd have?
Well, maybe 3 or around there.
Try it and see.
10.
And how many leftovers?
6.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought when you said those over there, you meant that number over there. See that number over there, 6? That's how I knew there were going to be 6 leftovers. I thought about that. But here's another question I want to ask you. We got how many tiles here?
We got 16.
Okay, suppose I gave you 5 more. Before I give them to you to count, if I put 5 more down there, how many do you think you'll have altogether?
21.
I agree. Got 21. Would you write the number 21 underneath the 16? And Jonathan, I don't want you to do this now, but if I asked you to put those in tens like you did before, do you know how many tens you'd have? Helps to count it, doesn't it? Yeah, you can do it. Can you make a guess before you count? Then I'll let you count. How many tens do you think there are in 21?
2.
What makes you think that?
By looking at it, it looks like 2 tens over there.
You think you'll have any extras?
No.
Let's try it and see.
When I asked Jonathan to relate the numeral to the actual physical materials, the weakness of his knowledge is revealed. He's in the process of constructing his understanding, but he's not there yet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You have an extra one.
It's important to probe during an assessment and not reach a conclusion too quickly about what a